I'm going to give you probably the most important thing that you can do. And it's going to seem really simple, and it might even seem like it's a little like, this is real basic. This doesn't mean anything, or, oh, this is, well, some of you might even say, it's a little bit boring. And I get that. But here's why it's important. So let's say I want to sketch out a character. And this character, I want this character to be a rabbit. Let's give him some huge ears. Now, it's just an idea that I have about a rabbit, right? Obviously, rabbits don't have eyebrows. Obviously, this ear is a little bit too long. But this is just an idea. And as I sketch this idea out, I want you to pay attention to a few things that happened here. These lines they're sketchy, but I used some longer lines and longer strokes, right? You can see this all over. Right there, you can see this here. You can see I used a clear oval, right? There's an oval here, there's one here, and I could change colors to show you and highlight everything that I did. There's an oval there, there's one there, right there, right there. Here's another line, here's another line, here's another line. And so those are S curves. They kind of look like that, or they can look like this, and you see that my S curves are are just like this. And it's not a traditional S. It's just a curve. It's like a two-part curve. The other one is a C curve. It doesn't look like a C, and it's not as sharp as a C, but it's just a little way of making some lines. So here's what I want you to do, because this doesn't require very much. This is something you can always work on. It doesn't require very much instruction. Let me go to my teaching blue. I just want you to make some curves. And what I want you to pay attention to, if you're working traditionally on paper, I want you to go both ways, down and up. And I want you to pay attention, if you're working digitally, to how this feels. I want you to really pay attention, take your time, and focus on how this feels. I want you to take your time with the overall lesson, but what I want to do is I don't want you to do this, because I see a lot of my students do this. So if they were creating this character, they'd be doing this, these little dash lines, and I see this all of the time. We don't want this. I want you to be able to do this. This doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be a clear, concise thought. These don't have to be perfect, and I don't want you to get into doing these. I don't want to see that. Right. There is a way of, or there is good reason, I guess, for doing this, and I don't want to see you interlocking things, because it just makes you make patterns in your mind, when the only thing I really want you to do is just practice these little curves. All of the different ways that you can practice these curves. That's it. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make some curves that are going this way, then make a few that are going here. So we want to go straight up and down. We want to go across. We want to do a few that are diagonal. and you just want to make some curves. Then I want you to make some S curves. They're just like that. That's all they are. It doesn't have, don't overthink it. I messed up on that. That's not an awesome curve, obviously. And just practice on this. And you see the way that I'm kind of going in the middle here? The way that I'm going in the middle is, it's just making this, it's just because I practice this a lot. I practice this all the time. Still, I still practice making lines. This is an excellent way to warm up. And you definitely want to warm up when you're drawing. Especially if you haven't drawn in a while. Especially if you haven't gotten back to this course or whatever course you're taking. Especially if you haven't drawn in a while, you really got to warm up. It's important for you to warm up. So right now, I just want you to take some time out. How many of these should you do? Here's going to be my rule of thumb. When I say practice, when in doubt, draw 100. I know it may seem like a lot to some of you, but when in doubt, just draw 100. If you got 10 pieces of paper, get you some cheap copy paper and just do 10. Just do 10 on each paper, and then just toss it. Toss it over to the side. You don't have to keep looking at it. This is just to get you to warm up and to get you to make much better lines. That's what this is all about. And for those of you that are working digitally, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I realized 23, 24, 25. Okay. So I realized I did that a little bit quicker just because I've been doing it for a long time, but it didn't take me that long to do. It took me less than 30 seconds to put out 25, just S curves and C curves. That's it. I don't want you to overthink this. I just want you to get used to the motion and vary the sizes of things. Go all over. Use your whole canvas. Then make a few that are a little bit smaller. Make some that are lighter. Make some that are darker. And that's what I want you to do. Practice that, and I'll see you in the next lesson.